that's predicting when speculation will end, or when the gambling instinct will go away, and when more people want to get out than are getting in. And I have no way of. If I thought I was good at that, I'd figure out a way to make a lot of money and different things. All I'm trying to do is buy good businesses. But the one thing I know is I didn't like chain letters when I was a kid. I thought, why in the world should I send along a chain letter to the next guy when I could start my own? I mean, I've seen people do stupid things all my life, and I empathize with that. I mean, people like to play the lottery. They're going to get 60 cents back on the dollar or whatever the number may be, and states. Essentially, the numbers racket was something that you avoided, and then the government decided it was a source of revenue, and it's very hard to tell people that if they're going to put a tax on essentially a sure loser for society, for the gamblers on the lottery on the whole, but they're appealing to the gambling instinct, and it spreads. I mean, people love the idea they're going to make more money tomorrow.
What if I told you that Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, a staunch critic of cryptocurrencies, and Wall Street's most revered skeptic, might be quietly tied to one of the most controversial and exciting crypto assets on the market, XRP? This revelation could rewrite everything we thought we knew about Buffett's legendary investment strategies. It's not just shocking, it's paradigm shifting.
Things can go on a long time that don't make sense, but they do come to an end. I mean, the internet thing, you had these companies selling for many billions of dollars that had practically no prospects of making any money. That's a bubble. But Herb Stein one time said, anything that can't go on forever will end.
For years, Warren Buffett has maintained an unshakable stance against cryptocurrencies. From calling Bitcoin rat poison squared to categorizing the entire crypto industry as speculative and worthless, Buffett has never minced words about his disdain for this new digital frontier. But as the adage goes, actions speak louder than words. Recent revelations about his investment portfolio tell a strikingly different story, one that challenges his public rhetoric and reveals a layer of complexity many didn't think possible.
During this bullish but fluctuating movement of the coin, the billionaire investor has indicated that he is also bullish on the coin. Warren Edward Buffett is an American business magnate, investor, and philanthropist. He is currently the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Recently, news came out that Berkshire Hathaway bought $1 billion in shares of Brazilian digital bank Nubank in the fourth quarter of 2021. According to the news, Berkshire Hathaway invests $1 billion in Brazilian digital bank Nubank, reduces MasterCard and Visa positions. The share purchase was made in the last quarter of 2021, according to the SEC filing. Nubank is a Brazilian neobank and the largest fintech bank in Latin America. Its headquarters are located in Sao Paulo, Brazil. In December, when Nubank went public, Berkshire Hathaway reportedly acquired 30 million shares for a total of $250 million. Nubank was valued at $41.5 billion at the time. Berkshire also sold 1.27 million Visa and 302,000 MasterCard shares in the fourth quarter of 2021.
Before diving into Buffett's potential crypto connection, it's crucial to understand the stage on which this drama unfolds. At the heart of the crypto world lies Ripple, a company behind the XRP token. Ripple is no ordinary cryptocurrency. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP was designed with a specific use case in mind, revolutionizing global payments. XRP's speed and cost efficiency have made it a favorite among financial institutions, promising a future where cross-border transactions are as seamless as sending a text message.
The Ripple stablecoin is a one-to-one dollar-pegged token, and so it is really about facilitating things like payments. The majority of what we have focused on at Ripple is enabling cross-border payments that are faster, always on 24/7, lower cost than more traditional means. And so stablecoins like Ripple USD really facilitate that for our customers. And XRP, it continues to be a native token on the public blockchain, the XRP ledger. And so that token is also very useful for fast payment transactions on that blockchain.
But Ripple's ambitious goals have not come without hurdles. Since December 2020, Ripple has been embroiled in a fierce legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC alleges that Ripple raised over $1.3 billion through the unregistered sale of XRP, classifying the token as a security rather than a currency. Ripple, on the other hand, argues that XRP should be treated like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are not considered securities.
Look, there's nothing incompatible about the ledger technology. You know, it's just this Halloween, it will be 16 years since Satoshi Nakamoto wrote that white paper. So happy Sweet 16 in a week. There's nothing incompatible about a ledger technology, a decentralized ledger technology, and the securities laws. And it's important that in the securities markets, that investors get to decide on their investments, but they get the proper disclosure, that we guard against conflicts of interest and the like. And we're going to continue to do that at the Securities and Exchange Commission. If a market's ever going to have trust, it also needs to come into compliance. And a lot of this field, and we've seen the challenges in this field where a lot of people have lost money. Regular investors have lost money in a field that's not providing the fundamental disclosure about their projects, about these investment contracts and these schemes, and that it's a field that has a lot of conflicts in the middle of it.
This case is more than just a legal dispute. It's a battle for the soul of the cryptocurrency industry. A ruling in Ripple's favor could set a precedent that reshapes how cryptocurrencies are regulated in the United States. On the flip side, a loss could stifle innovation and force many crypto projects to rethink their strategies.
We're feeling really good about it. Ripple, when it was first sued by the SEC almost 4 years ago, said that we were going to defend this case not only on our own behalf, but on behalf of the entire crypto industry. This administration, with this SEC under this chair, has clearly taken an anti-crypto stance and has engaged in a war on crypto that's playing out in the courts. I think they lost on everything that was important to them. Trying to establish that a token itself, in this case XRP, can be considered a security was soundly rejected by the court. And what the court said is a token is never a security in and of itself, just like a bar of gold is never a security. You can certainly package commodities or virtual currencies up and sell them as securities, but they're not securities in and of themselves. And that's the core clarity that we sought in this case. And the establishing that XRP is not in and of itself a security.
Recent developments suggest that a resolution might be closer than ever. Since July 18th, the SEC has held multiple secret meetings, with August 1st being touted as the pivotal date. Speculation is rife that these meetings are centered around settlement talks. Insiders claim that the SEC is facing mounting pressure to avoid a public loss, which could weaken its authority over the crypto industry.
I think what's happening is that we're trying to be ambiguous because the legal precision carries with it real implications. And this is why people have been coming to us and saying we need clarity. Is the token itself a security? Or is it part of an investment contract? Is it being sold together with an investment contract? If it is, what is that investment contract and how long does it track along with the token? By using imprecise language, we've been able to sort of suggest that the token itself is a security apart from that investment contract, which has implications for secondary sales. It has implications for who can list it. And I think this is absolutely, we've fallen down on our duty as a regulator not to be precise. And so tucking into a footnote that, yes, we admit that now actually the token itself is not a security, that's something that we should have admitted long ago and then started wrestling with the difficult questions.
Right. If Ripple emerges victorious, the implications are monumental. XRP's value could skyrocket, and the floodgates for institutional investment in crypto could swing wide open. But there's another layer to this story, one that involves a surprising player, Warren Buffett.
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test, we're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
Warren Buffett's disdain for cryptocurrencies is well documented, but his actions suggest a more nuanced view. In 2021, Buffett's investment firm, Berkshire Hathaway, invested $500 million in Nubank, a Brazilian digital banking giant. Nubank isn't just another fintech success story. It's a company that has fully embraced cryptocurrencies. In fact, Nubank has introduced its own cryptocurrency, Nucoin, and allows customers to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum on its platform. Since its IPO, Buffett's investment in Nubank has soared to an estimated $840 million. While this alone might not seem like a direct endorsement of crypto, it's hard to ignore the implications. By investing in Nubank, Buffett has indirectly positioned himself within the crypto ecosystem. This raises a fascinating question. Could Nubank's platform eventually support XRP, especially if Ripple wins its case and XRP gains mainstream acceptance? The connection becomes even more intriguing when you consider Nubank's focus on financial inclusion, a vision that aligns closely with Ripple's mission. Both Nubank and Ripple aim to empower the unbanked and underbanked populations worldwide. Ripple's partnerships with financial institutions in emerging markets could create a natural synergy with Nubank's user base.
Buffett isn't down on the entire bank sector. As a matter of fact, Berkshire is one of the largest shareholders in Brazil's Nubank, which is up around 60% this year. Kate Rooney taking a deeper look at that name. That's not one we usually follow, Kate.
That's right, Tyler, and I love a good mystery chart. So the name is Nubank. It's been an under-the-radar winner this year for Berkshire Hathaway. The Latin American bank, as you said, we don't talk about it every day, but it has been outperforming its counterparts, at least in North America. It's up about 60% this year, 3 times better than the S&P. Jefferies is the runner-up in Berkshire's portfolio. That's up about 55%. And then Amex, also in the top 5. Nubank is the largest digital bank outside of Asia. It's got 105 million customers across Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. CEO David Velez used to be an investor here in the U.S. He was actually a partner at Sequoia. He tells me they were able to leapfrog some of the incumbent banks in Brazil by going fully digital. He said he was actually surprised when Warren Buffett initially got interested, but he says that the Berkshire team was able to look past some of the headwinds of operating in Latin America. They invested pre-IPO and then doubled their bet. Velez argues that navigating an uncertain market in LATAM has kept them more nimble.
The XRP community is buzzing with optimism, and for good reason. Technical analysis of XRP's price charts reveals a breakout from a long-term triangle pattern, a bullish signal that often precedes significant price movements. Bollinger Bands, which measure market volatility, have tightened around XRP, signaling an imminent breakout. Some analysts are predicting that XRP could see a price surge of up to 60,000% if Ripple wins its legal battle. This isn't just wishful thinking. The market dynamics are set to shift dramatically if Ripple secures a favorable ruling. Institutional investors who have been hesitant to enter the crypto space due to regulatory uncertainty could flock to XRP as a safe and compliant asset. This influx of capital could drive XRP's value to unprecedented heights, potentially making early investors incredibly wealthy. But what does this mean for Buffett? If XRP achieves its predicted growth, Nubank could be well positioned to capitalize on the token's popularity. As Nubank's largest shareholder, Buffett could benefit indirectly from XRP's success, even if he maintains his public stance as a crypto skeptic.
The piece we hadn't seen before in Bitcoin was proof of work. But the magic, I think, comes from the fact that there is no central operator. All transactions are public. All the transaction rules are public. Anybody can enforce transaction rules. Like, that was kind of where the magic was. And so we kind of took it apart, and the use case that we decided to target in the early days was payments. Payments are a multi-trillion-dollar problem, and it seems like cryptocurrencies are just naturally suited to make payments better. And it's specifically, we kind of focused on cross-border international payments, not because domestic payments are great, but because cross-border payments are the worst. Like, if anyone who's made an international payment probably has stories of bad experiences. And so the worse the thing you start with, the less amazing you have to be better. And I think we can eventually be amazing and sort of take over the payments world, but we're not going to be there day one. And so if we can't succeed against the worst part of the problem, why are we bothering?
Warren Buffett is known for his long-term, value-driven investment strategy. He famously avoids speculative assets, focusing instead on companies with strong fundamentals and sustainable business models. This philosophy has earned him the nickname the Oracle of Omaha and made him one of the most successful investors in history. However, Buffett also has a history of downplaying disruptive technologies before eventually embracing them. He was famously late to invest in tech giants like Apple and Amazon, but has since reaped massive rewards from those bets. Could his indirect involvement with crypto through Nubank be another example of this pattern? While he publicly criticizes cryptocurrencies, his investment choices suggest he's hedging his bets. Ripple's mission extends far beyond XRP's price movements. The company envisions a future where money moves as seamlessly as information. Its on-demand liquidity solution, powered by XRP, allows financial institutions to settle cross-border payments in real time without the need for pre-funded accounts. This innovation has the potential to disrupt the $150 trillion global payments industry, making Ripple a key player in the fintech revolution.
But, and this is key, specifically for banks, they want to tap into this, get this, $20 trillion market for digital assets.
20 trillion.
Uh-huh.
That's just, wow. Sounds like they might be onto something, though. I mean, 250% growth year over year, that's got to mean something. And then there's this whole tokenization thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, their real USD stablecoin, that's a perfect example. They're even working on, like, integrating it with these automated market makers, AMMs are called, on the XRP ledger. So basically, these AMMs are like, think of them as these little trading bots, making sure there's always enough liquidity to buy and sell crypto.
So for those of us who don't speak fluent crypto, DeFi is basically like taking the whole financial system, like lending and all that, and putting it on blockchain.
Yeah.
Making it open for everyone.
Exactly. And the fact that Ripple is integrating their stablecoin with these DeFi tools is huge. And we haven't even gotten to like their partnership in Australia.
Right.
Ripple has already forged partnerships with over 300 financial institutions worldwide, including Santander and American Express. These partnerships highlight the practical utility of XRP, setting it apart from other cryptocurrencies that rely solely on speculative value. As the crypto community speculates about Buffett's true intentions, one thing is clear: his investment in Nubank places him closer to the crypto world than he might like to admit. Whether this is a calculated move or a coincidental alignment, the implications are profound. Buffett has built his career on identifying undervalued assets in industries poised for growth. Could XRP, with its transformative potential, be one of them? The timing of Buffett's Nubank investment aligns suspiciously with Ripple's ongoing legal battle. If Ripple secures a landmark victory, the resulting surge in XRP's adoption could benefit Nubank, and by extension Buffett, in ways that even the Oracle of Omaha might not have anticipated.
The innovations are enormously important for society, but they disrupt a lot of things. And, you know, I used in one of the articles in the book, the auto industry. There are a couple thousand auto companies and a few succeeded barely. And so auto was enormously important. I love the fact it was invented. The airplane was enormously important. Yeah. But if you take all of what's happened in the airline industry since Orville was down there at Kitty Hawk, some capitalists should have shot him down because he's cost us money. I mean,
what's wrong with the airline industry? Why they're...
Well, it happens to be selling something that's regarded as very much a commodity product.
Right.
The incremental seat cost for the airline is nothing. So they've got this temptation to try to fill the last seat at any price. And if you get 4 or 5 guys that are trying to fill the last seat at any price, you do not get very good prices. And
price goes down.
It's structurally set up so that it's very, very difficult to have a sustained competitive advantage.
Many investors are buzzing with the idea that Buffett's cash-heavy position reflects a prediction of an imminent market correction. This theory gains traction when you consider the numbers. While Buffett is sitting on a mountain of cash, his equity portfolio, particularly his holdings in Apple, has been trimmed significantly. From a high of over half his portfolio, Apple now represents just 26%. That's a dramatic reduction for a company he's long championed as a crown jewel in Berkshire's empire. Buffett's reasoning? It might boil down to valuation. Apple's stock price has skyrocketed over the years, and Buffett has always maintained that buying at the right price is crucial. Selling at a time when valuations are stretched aligns with his philosophy of risk management. But here's the catch. This isn't the first time Buffett has pared down his Apple holdings. Back in 2020, he trimmed his position, prompting Charlie Munger to call it a mistake. Could history be repeating itself? Or is Buffett playing an entirely different game this time? Another plausible explanation for Buffett's pivot involves taxes and succession planning. At 94 years old, Buffett knows the clock is ticking on his tenure at Berkshire Hathaway. Ensuring a smooth transition for his successor, Greg Abel, is likely a priority. Selling assets like Apple at favorable tax rates today could be part of this long-term strategy. Buffett has hinted that rising taxes are on the horizon, making it a smart move to lock in gains now rather than later.
No, I would. But we have sold shares, and I would say that at the end of the year, I would think it extremely likely that Apple is the largest common stock holding we have now. One interesting thing is that Charlie and I looked at common stocks or marketable equities, or the things that people love to look at, as being businesses. And so when we own a Dairy Queen, or we own whatever it may be, we look at that as a business. And when we own Coca-Cola or American Express or Apple, we look at that as a business. Now, we can buy really wonderful companies in the market as businesses. We can't buy all of them.
In his most recent shareholder letter, Buffett acknowledged this point, saying, "With the present fiscal policies, I think something has to give, and I think higher taxes are quite likely." It's a sentiment echoed by many analysts, further supporting the idea that Buffett's moves are as much about preparing for the future as they are about responding to present conditions. Zooming out, Buffett's cash position can also be seen as a response to broader macroeconomic trends. Inflation, rising interest rates, and geopolitical tensions have created a cocktail of uncertainty. Holding cash gives Buffett the flexibility to capitalize on opportunities that might arise during a market downturn. As he famously stated, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." With the markets showing signs of frothiness, it's possible Buffett sees fear on the horizon. Buffett's commentary on the stock market's casino-like behavior further reinforces this perspective. He's expressed concerns about how modern markets are driven more by speculation than by fundamentals. The rise of meme stocks, cryptocurrency, and other high-risk assets has undoubtedly contributed to this shift. By stepping back and stockpiling cash, Buffett might be signaling that the casino chips are piling up a bit too high for his liking.
Crypto markets mostly in the red this morning. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin lost 1% and was trading at $96,200. The cryptocurrency has held a tight range in the mid to upper $90,000 level since the eve of Thanksgiving, as investors eye that $100,000 threshold. Ether fell nearly 2.75% to $3,600, and XRP jumped 43% to $2.74 after surging through the weekend, reaching its highest level in years after Fox Business reported Friday that Ripple is close to getting a new stablecoin greenlit by a top crypto regulator. The rally, though, first kicked off soon after U.S. Election Day, when the industry began to anticipate more favorable crypto regulation.
The story of Warren Buffett and XRP is far from over. It's a tale of contradictions, strategy, and the unpredictable nature of the financial world. As Ripple fights its legal battles and XRP's future hangs in the balance, one can't help but wonder, is Buffett silently positioning himself for the next big wave? Or is this merely a case of unintended consequences? One thing is certain, the intersection of Buffett, Nubank, and XRP has created a narrative that's as compelling as it is controversial. And as this saga unfolds, the world will be watching closely to see how it all plays out. The question is, are you ready to seize the moment or sit back as the financial landscape evolves right before your eyes? Drop your thoughts, predictions, and strategies in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're approaching this new era. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more expert insights and updates on the trends that matter most. Let's keep navigating this dynamic market together, uncovering opportunities and staying ahead of the curve.